Okay, so this is a test. So tonight I'm going to be talking to you about the subject of nothing. So you gotta know your subject matter, know your audience, know yourself, develop a theme, prepare your script, select the proper visual aids, prepare the storyboard, produce the visuals, rehearse, and finally present. Hey guys, welcome to my first round presentation in Dr. DeWitt's leadership class. I'm going to start off by telling you, sorry, that this is going to be 5 minutes you're never going to get back. So, with that being said, and also knowing that Dr. DeWitt never allows us to bring alcohol into our classes, especially in presentations, I figured that since this presentation is outside of class, that this is the perfect loophole. So, come on, let's go grab a beer. Alright, so now that that's out of my system, I'm going to start with my presentation. My presentation is going to be about nothing. Yes, I said nothing. I figured since we were given a topic that we had to present on, and I figured nothing would be a pretty easy topic to do. So, I also figured if Seinfeld can do a whole comic show for 9 years, that I can talk about nothing for 5 minutes. We'll see. Again, sorry. So, what I'm going to tell you about is how to present on the topic of nothing. To present on the topic of nothing, you got to know the 10 successful steps for a presentation. The first step is to know your subject matter. Second is to know your audience. Third, know yourself. Fourth, develop a theme. Fifth, prepare your script. Sixth, select the proper visual aids. Then seventh, you have to create your storyboard. Then you create your visuals. Your ninth step is to rehearse, and then finally to present. So, first one, know your subject matter. I've been told by many people that I don't know nothing, so I guess I'm going to stick with that. The second one, know your audience. Well, I know Dr. DeWitt likes people that are creative and who are innovative and try to keep things a little bit different, try to change things up. So, and I also know you guys seem good-natured, everybody in the class seems good-natured, so we're going to try something new here. That kind of leads into the third one, know yourself, and what your limits are. Well, I never try to do a comedic presentation, so we're going to try it here. I figure we're going to try to stretch myself. And when you're talking about nothing, you can't really go wrong, can you? Fourth, develop a theme. Well, when you're developing a theme on nothing, it's really hard. I mean, what are you going to be talking about? But that's the genius of it. Even nothing is something. So fifth, you want to prepare your script. Preparing your script, you start off with an opening, which I kind of already did. You're going to tell you what you're told, or tell them what you're going to tell them. Second, the body, you want to tell them. And then finally, the summary. You tell them what you already told them. So, it's like as the old saying says, you tell them what you're going to tell them, and then finally, tell them what you told them. So, the next step is to prepare some visual aids. But when you're talking about nothing, it's kind of difficult to create any visual aids. As you can see here, nope, nothing there. So seventh, it's the storyboard. So in a storyboard, if it's going to be about nothing, it'd be kind of a boring story. Pages would be blank, they'd be white, there's nothing on them. So eighth, finally you got to prepare the visuals. And we just talked about in steps 6 and 7, that there's nothing to talk about, or nothing to show, nothing to put on your storyboard, so really, you win out by presenting on nothing, you hit the jackpot. So 9 is rehearsal. Now this one's key. The key with presenting on nothing is that you don't want to get yourself distracted. After all, you're presenting on nothing. And then finally, present. And present is just like rehearsal, you don't want to bore the audience. I mean, after all, you're talking about nothing. So, in conclusion, what were the key takeaways from this presentation? The first one is that when the professor doesn't give you many guidelines, you can go pretty far with it. The second one is, to present on nothing, you got to know the 10 successful steps of a successful presentation. So, that was again, know your subject matter, know your audience, know yourself, develop the theme, prepare the script, prepare the storyboard, prepare the visual aids, produce the visual aids, then rehearse, and finally present. The other key takeaway, final one, is that you can take 5 minutes to talk about nothing, or you can be Jerry Seinfeld and do it for 9 years. So, does anybody have any questions? No, I didn't think so. There's nothing to really ask. And finally, I'm going to leave you with Ron Burgundy's famous quote, "You stay classy, San Diego."